There
Yo.
he is. Yes.
The man.
There
What's
he
up,
is.
boys?
What is up?
Hello.
Look at that setup.
Yeah, it's all fake.
It's all fake.
100% fake.
100%.
Is it really? Is it
Yeah.
a build? Okay, nice.
Just green.
Just all green screen. Yeah,
Is that for
Photoshop.
real green screen?
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty well lit. It looks like you're in front of a, I don't know, a very rustic background.
Yeah, we went like Chainsaw Massacre kind of vibe. And,
I dig it.
I think anything we sit in front of looks very rustic.
Yeah. Rusty. You look like you should get a tetanus shot if you see any of the visual components of our show now.
I love it.
There's a rusty nail somewhere around us, somewhere at all times.
How the hell are you, man? Jesus, you are killing it.
Yeah,
doing great, man. Very, very doing great. Yeah, doing good. Just got off the phone with I was on the phone with Shane and we were talking to Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
He's been super helpful through this process.
Yeah, dude. He's been pumping out all your stuff.
Yeah. And him and Shane are boys. I don't really know him that well, but I mean, he's super nice. But he's been God, I just realized I just name dropped him.
No, dude.
No, but that's not. So I'm like kind of. It's weird. Like, I think he's just like supportive, and he's just trying to be helpful as to like how to get. Just his like his opinion on how to do things, which is always super helpful.
Yeah.
I
think that's also a guy that is been extremely innovative in the last couple of years too. Like a lot of people have been like basically like following his lead in some of these ways, because you were seeing the former models of like late night kind of die out, and he's like,
right.
And John McKeever is putting the knife in.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I know, like he put his stand-up special out and it was like in 15-minute increments, and his point was like people are going to watch each one of those videos. They're not going to it's not just one view. You're getting each, and it was like genius. I mean, that's, it's
right.
But
I think he just wants to join the Mechanicsburg militia. I think he's trying to get in good. He wants to be a part of it.
He'd definitely stand out. He would definitely stand
he
out.
would. Yeah, he would be profiled early on.
We got one of them in here.
Yeah. Guess we have to change the fucking rules now. But that whole 15-minute thing, like he I think that's why he originally reached out to us, was like if you like kind of wait and you just put out the content you want to make, then like people will continue to click if they like it. And he was like, he stayed true to that when he was making his stuff, and it was very successful for him. And to be honest, there's not a whole lot of helpful people that like reach out to you and say like, hey, this is great, or here's an idea. But he's been super helpful.
I was going to ask, like, you guys, you guys have collaborated for a long time, like your group of guys.
Tight as fuck.
Yeah, and like everybody is super talented, and like it's but I was wondering if people like, not Andrew, but like people are coming out of the woodwork now to like want to, sort of.
Hey there, boys.
I think that happens with Shane, because Shane's like, I mean, in a lot of ways, like Shane's famous.
Yeah.
So and like very well respected and very well liked in that comedy community. So like I think that's been happening even before we did this, and now that we're doing it, people are like, hey, like I would definitely love to join. But the thing is, like, our whole thing from the jump was like, if we involve anyone else in these sketches, it becomes about them.
Yeah.
So like, even if we got like somebody high profile, even somebody that we like love and respect and think is super funny, the second you put them in a sketch, like Chris DiStefano, do you know who that is?
Oh yeah. Crazy.
So he's like super funny, super talented. And I would love to have him in something like in the second season, but like while you're building a brand, it's almost like if you put someone like him in an episode at the beginning, it's like then like he's the star.
Right.
And rightfully so. So like you kind of have to like, it's all these people that we want in stuff, and like we've written into stuff, and we're like, nah, we can't, we gotta do the crew for now, and then start maybe popping in cameos in season 2.
Look, I speak for a lot of people when I say, look, if you never do anything but all you guys, no one's going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys are so fucking good.
We're very lucky. Yeah.
But you're putting out the best content and you did it exactly the way you always said you wanted to. And man, it's delicious watching that fucking happen, because I say that because I am consuming it.
I don't like the way you said that.
I'm sticking with the creep, Wade. You're gonna get a lot of creeps. Here I am on the air doing it. Yeah, dude, but
you're like Hewitt family rustic right
now.
Yeah,
exactly. There's a lot of chainsaws.
Shit, Texas chainsaw.
We are in a room full of swords, I have to reiterate. But the way you've done this, like, you really did it your way, and you have totally beaten anybody that ever tried to suppress you, gave you notes, all that shit. You've proven them beyond wrong.
Like, I hope so.
They are. It's a fact. The content speaks for its fucking self, dude. You're the funniest fucking thing going.
Yeah,
and it's
I appreciate that.
Well, are you like so? I know we're super excited every Tuesday when the sketches are dropped, and like I see, more and more people are like, Tuesday, you know, when's it gonna drop? When are you surprised at like how quickly it's, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's growing, and like because it almost seems like you know. The first one dropped, everybody's like, what, you know, people that weren't in the know were like, what is this, you know? And it's sort of like the thing, I don't know, it's what we all want. You
are the cool kid thing for everyone to come out and see.
I don't know if it's just an authenticity. There's like an authentic, well, I'll go into that later.
We're gay for you.
Yeah.
We're also gay for you right now.
Dude,
as a nation.
I appreciate it. I'm gay for you guys. I fucking love you guys. I tell you that all the time. Big fan of this podcast.
We're like secrets you don't want to know anyone you're gay with, like outhouse kind of gay.
No,
hey, you know, we'll take it, man. We love
you. Man.
We're rest stop gay.
Yeah.
Like, listen, dude, I fucked these two barbecue testers down in North Carolina. I don't mind telling people. I fucking wrangle two bears. I'm like an old Russian man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Fucking fight two bears into fucking them. I'm in a shared office space right now. I gotta chill.
I love it, dude. I fucking love it.
Well, so are you guys writing these things as you're going? Like, I know that are these things that have been written already, like for the first season, or is it a mix of both, that things that have been written or you're still writing? Or
well, no, we wrote Isis Toyota and Uncle Daycare were like the only two that we were gonna do, and then not the only two, but we like wanted to see if it would work. And I think the big reason I think people watched is because of Shane. I think because I think people were very excited to see what Shane was doing. But there's also a ton of people excited to hate Shane. And I think they thought that he was like this alt-writer.
Right.
So I think they all wanted like this stuff to come out, and they were expecting it to come out and be like, you know, Gavin McInnes 2.0. And it just didn't have, we had no political leaning really in general, like just as people, but like we didn't want the sketches to like reflect that in any way. We didn't want it to fall on either side of the fence.
Yeah.
So we just made a couple, and I think like the intrigue about what he was up to got people to watch. But then after we made those two and they did really well, we kind of like sat around and were like, what are like some other sketches we want to make? And like, is there enough to like mine from here? Because I feel like there's a lot of like sketch shows where like you get a lot of talented people in a room and they're funny, and like there's been a couple where like you see the sketches they make and you're like, like they're funny, but there's no tone, like there's no like consistent like, even if it's like a thin through line, like it's not there. And I feel like with Shane, like he has such a strong POV, and he and I overlap tonally on a lot of things, and most of it is like that we just kind of like the goofy shit that makes fun of everybody. Like, and we really don't like the political stuff. And when we do the political stuff, we like it to be crazy goofy and likable.
Right.
We like it to be like likable stuff. And also like him and I kind of share like sensibilities, and like we like characters to all be lovable at the end. And I think that kind of, that's kind of helped us like, write a batch of sketches that I'm like, oh shit, like I'm in love with all these sketches. So,
well, you're not alone.
Yeah, for sure, man. And it's again, you talked about the political aspect. Like, I think people are just so fucking fed up with that in the first place, and like it's just so bad. On a lot of people are doing it so bad, but so frequently
Yeah.
The people were just like,
smell. I'm sorry, my allergies got me there for a moment.
But and I think I said this to you before, but like one thing that I really love about your sketches and like what you guys are doing is like everything that you've done is that you that like when these other sketches you're talking about or some other shows, they're really funny people, but there's so much exposition or over exposition about like they don't trust the audience and they have to like make sure that you know that everything's okay at the end, or everybody's.
This is Karen, and she's a vegan.
Or that somebody learned something, or whatever. Yeah, whatever. And like
her dog is hypoallergenic. Yeah. That comes up in conversation a lot.
Yeah.
And, yeah. It really, I mean, there's but there are certain sketch shows that will have a thing like a prologue after the thing, like. After this happened, blah blah blah, and it's like ridiculous, you know.
Just shut the fuck up and let it be funny.
Which there's nothing wrong with.
Yeah,
but like you guys
have a goof.
Yeah,
and the audience is smart enough to understand and like be a part of that too. And I think like even with that creates like that sort of cult fan base too, man. Like people are with you, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
And you like even adding like so with Sleep Cop, there's like elements of horror almost in some of these scenes, but they're still hilarious. Like for instance, Goodfellas, right? Like that movie's a drama, right? But it's one of the funniest. I think there's so many funny scenes in that movie.
I think that's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. If you count how many times you laugh and smile throughout the movie, which is crazy for that movie. But it's like one of the funnier movies ever.
How many times have you done the painting gag with somebody just out of like fucking, hey, look, every time I see a fucking painting with a dude with a white hair and a beard, me and this fucking prick right here are doing it in a second.
I know, and like it's also like one of those. I like that no matter what, no matter where I've been, no matter what time of the day it is, what responsibilities I have. I think I watch Goodfellas all the way through. No matter, well, that was back like when I would like have cable and like I would flip through the channels and see it.
Yeah,
I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna watch this until it's over now. Yep. And every time I was like, wow, this feels like the first time. I think at the anyways, I don't know how we got off on that fucking tangent.
It was. I was just talking about the.
I'm just proud we didn't go to the whole Ray Liotta's turning into a werewolf.
Well, that
tangent.
Is
true.
So,
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
he looks like a perfume werewolf, like like a werewolf that would work at like the mall in the kiosk. You know what I mean?
This is gold chain.
Here, try this, and he doesn't even ask you; just sprays you.
Hey.
Hey,
it turns you into him.
Yeah,
it's just like how he bites you. He sprays you with some perfume.
He's
next thing you know, you're like, "What the fuck is happening to my eyebrows?"
He's like, "You like this? You like this cologne? I'm going to tell you what. Stay the fuck home tonight. That's all I'm going to do."
See that explains so much about Teen Wolf because it was really
advice.
Teen Wolf was really Henry Hill in a werewolf witness protection program.
Yeah,
dude. So, you know what I just found out? I didn't know this. Have you ever seen what's it's not My Blue Valentine.
My Blue Heaven.
My Blue Heaven.
Yeah, it's the Henry Hill story. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was
the writer of Goodfellas is married to the writer of My Blue Heaven.
Yeah, Nora Ephron, right? Did she hear that? Yeah, and then it's insane.
Yeah, well, My Blue Heaven is maybe a little bit more truthful in an autobiographical sense than the Goodfellas, except for Henry Hill shooting a gun out of somebody's hand.
Well,
but he fucked that town up.
Look, Steve, that accent that Steve Martin has in that movie has never been uttered ever.
Yeah, but the shoulder pads are undeniable.
True.
You can't.
I mean, dude, the scene in the supermarket where he says "fuck you" is still one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Arugula.
What was your dog's name? Fangul. That's literally how I learned that Fangul was "fuck you" in Italian as a kid. Was that scene?
Was that scene really?
Was that scene? Yeah.
How about that?
Yep.
Surprised somebody.
The more you know.
Yeah. Then he went back and like.
Well, I heard it a lot of times from my Italian relatives. I just didn't know what it meant till then.
You just had a Kaiser Soze moment.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, it's so funny looking at you guys. I'm waiting for like that Chiron that says we only have 4 bottles left. Just lost mine now. It's such a great look.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Be shopping.
It's happening.
It's so nice to see you guys.
Man, we love seeing you like
these happy boys.
Well, sometimes.
God,
damn. No shit.
Yeah, trust me. The sads get all of us, but
yeah. But
we are so psyched just to hear that we get to talk to you. Just an email from you. Like, this is what we get to hear from today. And it's that pathetic, but we love you, man. You're fucking great. Every time.
Likewise.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, like I would. It's weird because like I feel like it almost seems like we're not. There's
Here it is coming out.
Smoke.
It's coming.
No.
It's happening.
No, there's no smoke blowing. That's the thing. I feel like I'm blowing, but no, dude. We like literally.
Oh yeah.
It's all about.
And we're not alone.
No.
Far from it.
Yeah.
Yes. Your army is building, sir.
Yeah.
Slowly. It's mostly guys all with high blood sugar, but I'm fine with that, dude. I fucking want that.
Yeah, well, check. So
we live hard, man. We live hard.
I'm up there too, man. I've never dropped below 107. Can't get it to go below 107.
Yeah, I go back to training. I'm doing all this other stuff thinking I'm good, and I just catch myself sideways in the mirror. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
It's fun though. I enjoy it.
It's fun.
Yeah, you gotta.
Oh wait, you're back to like wrestling training?
Back to just like powerlifting and like not dying training. That's
you were kind of doing that before the last time I talked to you though. Are you doing
I knocked it back up a notch when all the gyms like reopened and everything like that. So I'm trying to go.
It was brutal here, man. Everything stayed closed
way longer. It's like
actually
everything else in the South. It lasts a little bit too long.
Yeah. Except for one thing. You know what I'm talking about? I still think we're gonna rectify that.
Oh Jesus.
We're coming for you. No,
and this is how they get the alt-right label, you asshole.
Hey, we're getting this. Once we get these statues back up, everything's gonna be all right.
We're actually deadlift the statue.
Yeah. I was like,
that's what its whole point is.
Yeah. That's what the training is for.
Hell yeah, dude! I got
like jackhammer, like Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, I got Custer on a horse that I'm just fucking training with every day out in the parking lot. We were thinking about because of all the stuff you guys are doing, and we're just so inspired. Especially like Mike and Tim on Dad Meat. Yeah. They were talking about doing Wiggers in space, so we came up with an idea called DMT Rednecks. They were thinking about filming. So
yeah. Good time.
You were inspiring bad knockoffs already. You were.
Hey man, I love that. And just make it. You got a fucking green screen.
That's true.
It doesn't. That's the thing I like about Tim and Mike is that they're like. I think so many people think it's like hard to make. No, it's not. Even if you have a computer, your computer has a camera in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fire a green screen up. Just make something you think is funny and just keep making shit.
Well, we are doing something around here that's gonna probably piss some people off.
Oh, definitely.
Like we're in like literally like the
birthplace of NASCAR.
Yeah, NASCAR is like, I mean, literally Richard Petty, that whole, like he lives here in this town. And so we had this idea that's
we're gonna kill him.
Yeah, we're going to his house and we're gonna murder him. But look, the good thing about it
is we get a new cowboy hat.
We're gonna upload it before anybody can do anything about it.
Yeah.
So so we have an idea that I think it's gonna piss some people off, but it'll be fine.
Hundreds at least.
Yeah,
it'll be great.
I'm
sorry.
Yeah, he said do it.
Sorry. Yeah,
I'll be pressing my Custer statue, waiting for that shit.
Yeah, Custer statue.
What's going on with the murders?
Are you talking about the Delphi thing?
Yeah. Are you and Rainier going down there, right?
Well, it's supposed to. I'll email you the deets or when it shoots you somehow. But
I haven't I'll tell you honestly, like I'm not really into the true. Well, I mean, I like the true crime stuff, I guess, but yeah, I'm more like I don't believe I'm going to solve this by any means or anything like that.
He 100% does. He tells me every day. He said, "I'm gonna solve it before you fucking prick."
I'll tell you what's fascinating.
Slams a desk.
Yeah, every day.
I'll tell you what's fascinating about all this is like looking into the town. Like, so there's like the town's like 3,000 people, right? It's a really small town, and it's gotten such exposure that like all these people online have learned about all these people in this town, And so now they're accusing everybody in this town. And so everybody's dirty laundry is out everywhere. And it's almost like, I don't know, I've just become fascinated with web sleuths and how like they can really fuck somebody's life up. It's pretty, I mean, that town will never recover from that, I don't think.
Dude, this
despite
case
the
was,
fact that there's like 2 dead, well, yeah, those other two girls were in
well, this case was rife for loudmouth white women in the first place to get a hold of.
Yeah.
So
why? What's the case? Tell me the story.
On February 13th, 2017, 2 girls, Abby Williams and Liberty German, were dropped off by Liberty German's older sister, Kelsey, at this park, which is a walking trail that includes at the terminus of the trail an old railway bridge, kind of like in Stand By Me where they cross it.
But it's abandoned and doesn't go.
Yeah, it's decommissioned. It doesn't have any live tracks going across it anymore or anything like that. But one of like the local dares is go across the bridge. You know, you're not supposed to, but nobody kind of really gives that much of a shit if the kids do it.
Yeah, but it's like missing boards.
Yeah,
it's
in disrepair at the time. So they have Snapchat video and evidence pictures of Abby going across the bridge with Liberty German being the one filming and uploading it on the other side. So clearly they made it across that side. At some point there's video taken of, and this is me just trying to give you things without assumptions being tied to them.
Sure.
There is a man walking across the same bridge.
They have a video of this guy.
They have a video of him that came from Liberty German's phone. They haven't released any other context than that. You can tell by the angle of the sun, it is close to or slightly later than the Abby picture, which was posted to Snapchat.
Well, it had to have been anyway because of the time frame.
How old are these girls, by the way?
13
and 14.
And 14, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And so, like,
they're legit children.
So this is the creepy part about it, and this is what I think draws people in.
There is an audio recording also that
came from one of
it's spliced together. It came from Abby's phone.
I mean, yeah. No, it came from Liberty's
phone. I'm sorry, Libby's phone. I believe all the stuff that's been released came from Libby's phone. It is spliced together. You can hear from the way the audio is going, the rustling and the interference, that it's from inside of a pocket. The audio is. They have confirmed that.
Okay, well, either way.
And basically, the audio's the first part is guys, someone saying guys. It's a male voice, and the second part, same voice down the hill, and it sounds like someone giving directions.
Yeah.
Without making too much more of an assumption than that.
So that's all they've released, but the video they released was shot from, like, they're estimating 60 or so feet away, and so like it's very pixelized. You can't see the face.
Yeah,
but you can kind of make out what you can see what he's wearing, and that's about it. And so they released. They were found later on the next day after an overnight search, which the police terminated their overnight search. Yeah,
but civilians kept searching through the night, which is a big problem in that case. But
yeah, so they were found.
Why? Because it messes up evidence, or what's the?
It's chain of custody as far as any evidentiary stuff that was found. It's also a big deal with logging who is in and out of a search, which is ultimately, if you find out it's a homicide, it's a good practice to do it just period. But in a homicide, it's essential to know, and you don't have anyone on the scene who's a responsible official keeping that log.
Okay.
Then you don't have a complete log. It's just not there.
Yeah.
You got people telling you things afterwards. You have witness accounts. You got he said, she said, and unless there's like some video of the limited entrances, which there wasn't, it's not there. It's not complete at that point, and it's a reason that law enforcement generally doesn't completely leave a search where civilians and others go overnight, particularly in a missing persons with children.
Is it common for a search to not just it was the first night. It was the first 24 hours.
First night, and it was getting colder too.
Well, they were looking.
This was in February.
They weren't looking for, at that time, they thought they were looking at missing persons as opposed to a homicide or homicides.
Okay.
And so
and again, this was a bold assumption.
Yeah, they assumed that they were going to find these girls somewhere in the woods. They were whatever. So they did. The next day, they find them in this this area that's like really somewhat secluded, but not too far from the bridge. And they didn't release they haven't released anything about the crime as far as like how they were murdered,
position of bodies, anything about the actual scene.
But
other than there was a shoe found away from the scene, and appears to be the younger girl, slightly younger girl, Abby, her shoe.
And they found the cell phone, but that was.
They haven't given any condition of the cell phone, anything much at all about how the data was recovered.
But then the district attorney later on, that was the acting district attorney, then mentioned that there were several signatures at the crime scene, which can mean a lot of different things.
Yeah,
but
that's an ambiguous thing.
Well, it's kind of a vague term, but basically like they're unique to the murderer. Like
okay. Okay.
So,
it's something that is not a 101 kind of thing. It's something that's unique to that particular incident.
Like they could be positioned a certain way. There could be staging at the crime scene to make it look like
certain materials used. I mean,
cover them up.
A myriad of things can be a signature. So he wasn't terribly specific other than his signature.
Right. And but
so he did have a signature.
Well, they said at least three signatures. And also he said it was unlike anything he had seen, and also that
he alluded to there was DNA.
Strange. Yeah.
He alluded to there was DNA collected.
So they released a sketch a few days later of this guy.
Yeah, like I think 4 days afterwards they released an initial sketch.
Okay.
However, it was not the first sketch that was actually formulated.
But they released a sketch of this guy who looks like he's probably in his 40s, heavier set with like goatee.
Looks like a burglar from Ohio.
Right. And so,
I mean, if I had the picture, I would show it to you right now.
He looks like fucking Ignatius Riley from
yes, Confederacy of Dunces.
Yeah, he looked exactly like that. Exactly like that, actually, now that I think about it. So, but they never said if there were witnesses or anything like that. So, fast forward to like nothing happens. Fast forward to 2019.
Right.
They held this press conference, and that's when they released the audio. But
they also released a second sketch.
They released another sketch of a person that is completely different. They were I don't know, younger. Except
for the race, it was almost a dynamically opposite person.
Clean cut.
And you could tell it was an actual composite sketch by how there's this look that composite sketches have where they piece different things together from
things are exaggerated, like the chin on the strongest. So so that sort of in this press conference also, when this happens, the chief superintendent of state police there gives this really weird press conference where he's like implicating that there was certain religious aspects to the crime, and then like mentions this book that's also a movie that helped him through this, but had it was out of the way. So it's
the
like
superintendent did this,
right? So so a lot of people are assuming, and he also does there's a portion where he's talking to the murderer themselves, and so a lot of people think that a lot of whatever he was saying was sort of this way to draw out the murderer.
I don't recall ever seeing a press conference like that.
It's really bizarre, man. So anyway, nothing's.
I have my own personal and professional feelings about it, but
yeah, I honestly believe they know who it is, and there's nobody, like they're missing an alibi or something like that, because but I don't think there's a great mystery to be solved anymore.
I'm not so sure.
That's just me.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, that's what. It's a weird case, man, and like
that's fucking nuts.
I think,
dude. Well, like I said, like sometime off the air thing, I'll give you the whole fucking shebang. Like,
please, yeah.
I think that the scary part is that they were like I just did a lot of dumb shit like that when I was a kid, where I would get myself.
He'd go murder a couple girls.
Yeah,
go under a fucking bridge like a troll. You know,
Yeah.
he looks like a fucking troll. You know.
Yeah, I was there hanging out.
So Billy Groves come kick his ass. You know, fucking.
Look, it was my bridge, and they walked over.
Yeah, you know,
fuck 'em.
they didn't have the troll toll, so.
And that guy had to fuck him.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what am I gonna do? No, but it's just.
But those were adult girls that you
of course,
you fucking killed.
Of course, I ID them.
Yeah,
Gentleman troll.
Hey, give me your license.
I laid out
ID. Get the fuck out of here.
I laid out their ID perfectly right in front of the body.
Right. Yeah.
Nah, I mean, but you know that thought of being like trapped in and then imminently knowing. So there's like a lot of rumors that there's more audio that they have of these girls like maybe being led to their.
Oh, they've 100% confirmed they have more digital media.
Yeah, so
they haven't gone past that.
Yeah, that's really the thing that kind of draws me.
If you read between the lines of what they have released was on these girls' phones as far as their apps, you can put together a lot of what happened.
You know,
and I mean, it's not really I can say that as beyond an assumption.
I just thought about this. If like I went missing and they were looking through my phone for
they'd be like, thank God he's fucking gone.
Yeah. It's like that was a real that was a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's like Jesus Christ.
Dude, if I was about to be murdered, I would start deleting.
Yeah.
Like I would be walking down the hill just deleting shit from my phone.
It'd just be
trying to make small talk to buy some time. Yeah.
Like I know you got me, man. You got me, but let me just finish this. Let me factory reset this shit, okay, dude?
Can I try to eat this fucking Google Pixel here before I give me some water? I can get this half this thing down for sure.
Is there a way to erase the cloud altogether? Like, can we just?
There's audio of you saying that.
Just humiliate.
You know, there's a way to erase the cloud.
Yeah, can you?
It would be great if you asked your murderer to help you be your IT professional before. I was like, I don't give a fuck if you kill me. I've been on this ride too long, but can you help me get rid of some of this shit? My mama don't need to know it.
I would love for like them to release that audio at the press conference. We have this audio.
Yeah.
Can you erase the cloud? And like all my friends are like, what a fucking idiot. Yeah. What a dumb bastard.
Yeah.
And you just hear you like opening up like different clips on your phone and it's that Pornhub opening. Like I knew it. I knew that was open.
Yeah.
Dude, it wasn't my stepsister. Come on.
Yeah.
It's not my stepsister.
Yeah, you can always like take stock of your life by what the dateline would be like if you got murdered. All your friends going, fuck. I mean, I can't believe you made it that long.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just the sadness and all that.
Yeah, you know.
All my friends would be making fun of me like John. Like, what a fucking dumbass.
The dignity is gone of everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, well, I mean, we knew he was going to get murdered. Let's be
honest.
Yeah,
it was foregone conclusion.
I thought it was going, honestly, we had a poll going in, it was Hooker.
Yeah. Hooker or cheeseburger?
Hooker robbery.
Oh.
Cheeseburger was
the hooker kills you?
Yeah. That's the no.
Dude, when I was in college, I was taking a criminal justice class. And this is how fucked up I am. The guy plays this like scene of a crime scene. He's meaning to shock all of us.
Yeah.
And I've been around the block a couple times by then. So he shows me this dude in a barber shop with his fucking pants down. And like,
hell yeah,
fucking stab wounds in his back. I'm like, oh, wow, he had a hooker, huh? Like, first 15 seconds.
Was it Cedric the Entertainer?
Right. Yeah. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Big old, yeah.
Come on.
Like, wait, I was like,
is that common? Do hookers kill Johns all the time?
Oh, yeah.
No, the hooker, like, it's become actually more prevalent with the robberies with the internet now. The Instagram hookups. Dude, look at that shit nationwide. You'll have a Miss Tasty situation. Oh, yeah, dude. And so few people report it because they're so fucking ashamed.
Sure. Well, and they're dead.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the overwhelming amount just get robbed and they never fucking report it.
Oh, dude, I would never.
No,
I would never.
How do you report that anyway?
Oh, dude, I go in there like I was an English lord who got robbed.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's right. A woman said she was going to have sexual intercourse with me. And they were like,
a slut has snatched my coins.
Like, buddy, that was clue number one. You were in a bad fucking spot.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, it goes like they come to the room. They have the guy waiting behind them, right?
No, it's not a room. It's meet me in a parking lot somewhere.
Well,
yeah,
I know they have.
It's a quick in, quick out.
Look, if you have the meetings, they'll come to your house. I don't know if you know this.
I ain't that kind of fucking highfalutin there, Chief.
Yeah, and then the guy is waiting outside, kicks the door open, boom.
They let him in, yeah.
Yeah. At least that's the way we planned it.
I've been to a couple of like bachelor parties where they hire a stripper to come.
Yeah.
And I was naive when I was young. I thought they were actual strippers, and they're just prostitutes.
They're just hookers, yeah. Well,
and
that
they just
line
show up with this gigantic dude with a gun.
Yeah.
And he's the first one to come in, and you're like, well, this kind of takes the air out of the party, you know? Like, that's tough to relax.
You got a weirdo like John in the corner going, "This is much better now."
Hey, buddy, point that gun at me.
Can you show me that thing while this is happening?
Put that gun in my mouth.
You put it in my mouth. It's the only way I'm getting hard here. Yeah, I think Big J Ogerson used to do that.
Yeah, I had
that guy.
I had a stripper ask me to do that when I was in college.
Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I look like that guy, so yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I wasn't offended.
Sure.
Did you do it?
I did not. That's one of those adventures I didn't take.
You're fucking pussy.
Yeah, that could have gotten bad real quick.
You know, like from the get go, yeah, it's gonna be bad because there's gonna be that one guy. All it takes is that one guy.
That one night, because I mean, it's you versus however many dudes are there.
Yeah.
You know, my kung fu's strong, but you know,
yeah,
it's not tested like
it's
that.
not the raid tower.
I don't know, dude. I think that's more of a gun fu situation.
Yeah,
right? I don't think
you're like equilibrium. Just
well, I've had enough lead slung around to where I'm like, let's not put ourselves. I've not been shot. I've been shot at.
You have?
Yeah, more than enough times.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
What does that feel like? Like, what is is the feeling like, do you find yourself staying calm, or like, do you like, does it seem almost like it triggers like an innate sense of like protecting yourself? Do you immediately calm yourself?
You will have, I don't give a shit who you are. The first time you were going to drop down, like you're going to drop down and become about a foot shorter, no matter what happens.
Sure.
No matter who you are, your first instinct is to go down, because if it's close enough to you, and I've had them zing past, it sounds like an angry hornet. And I didn't I heard the angry hornet, and then I heard the report of the shot. So like a lot of these older guys were like,
what do you mean the report of the shot?
Like you hear the sonic boom after the angry hornet, like the actual crack of the gun. Depending, you know, kind of how you are.
Thought you were watching CNN.
No.
Yeah, or like say it came in on somebody's. Imagine it coming in on somebody's walkie, like after hearing the shot.
Yeah, yeah.
No, and like I said, off air, man, I'll tell you all the stories you want to hear. Just because some of them are kind of specific to, you know, other stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the Biggie Smalls murders.
I remember. Yeah, one time. Like it's not a huge secret that I used to be in law enforcement. So the first time I got shot at on duty, I remember like I just got out on patrol, and the guy who had trained me when I started at the very beginning, the first jobs I had, was training me on patrol. So I had shots fired call, and it was in the lower rent part of town. And I go, and it's at the edge of the city. I'm looking around, and like, it's in the fall. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. I don't see anybody. I don't hear anything. All of a sudden, I hear like acorns have been falling all day long, and they just kind of like freaked me out because they were hitting so hard. It's fucking huge around here. And my light bar on the top of the patrol car I was driving, like fucking acorns are hitting it. I was like, fuck, you know, like made me jump because they were hitting really loud, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even see these fucking things anymore, you know? And then I hear the guy call me. His name was David. He calls me on the phone. He goes, and about the time he called me, I heard some shots off in the distance. He's like, you hear them shots going off? Because that's how he talked. Oh, I can't tell the story without telling it the way he talks. And I was like, yeah, what's that? He's like, they shooting at you. And then I realized those are bullets bouncing, like small caliber 22, 25 bullets bouncing off my light bar at the top of my car. The people are just lobbing at me from a good ways away. I was impressed with the accuracy.
Wait. So they were shooting at you from how far away?
Indeterminate. My guess would have been somewhere in the area of 65 yards, which was amazing with that kind of accuracy with a small firearm. Amazed at the accuracy.
So that's not piercing your windshield at 65 yards?
Oh, hell no. So I mean, that bullet has to go in an arc for that caliber, for that. Like,
okay.
Smaller,
yeah. You think about like a 380.
So it's dropping onto your hood?
They're shooting from a higher position down at me, which is helping their accuracy because I'm on a hill. And it's like hitting the top of this light bar, which is where all my lights were on the car. And at the top of the hood, and I had an old shitty Impala anyway. So it's not like I was really torn up about a couple of like chips in the paint. I just didn't want any holes in me.
Sure.
So then, I had to reposition and go towards the gunfire. But that's a different part.
Did you have to like pull your gun out and stuff? And
yeah, I think the gun cleared leather that night. I'm pretty sure that happened. Yeah. That wasn't uncommon back in the day.
Damn. Was that so? Like when where you patrolled, was it common for you to be like gun removed from leather?
Around here, it's not uncommon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my later assignments, it got more and more common.
Damn, and you're Raleigh, right? Or around Raleigh?
South of Greensboro.
So, yeah, center, the area.
If you ever look up the North Carolina Zoo, it's like that's the smack dab in the middle of the area we are.
I went down to Greensboro to shoot a Sheetz commercial.
That's awesome.
What? You were in Greensboro?
I went to Greensboro, North Carolina to shoot a Sheetz commercial. I remember I flew into Greensboro, I think.
PTI Airport. What a piece of shit.
Yeah, I remember being like, I can't believe this is an airport.
Nobody else can either.
Yeah, but I liked it because it was like super quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you get in and out of there real fast.
Yeah, like when you pull up your planes there, it's very, very, very quick. But yeah, I remember I did think like the area was like I was in like a main strip in this like really nice bed and breakfast. They didn't put us up in a hotel. They put us in a bed and breakfast. It was really, really nice. And in the middle of the night, and this is stupid. This is to your point where it's like, you shouldn't just like go wandering. It was like the middle of the night and I was like, there's gotta be a bar in this hotel or whatever. And they're like, there's no bar. There's no booze at all. And I was like, well, I definitely want a drink. And there was a mart. I don't even know what kind of fucking mart it was, but it was like 3 blocks away, but it was on like a main strip. And it was pretty like desolate, like I don't know, you could just kind of see for miles over 2 stories, if that makes sense. Like it felt like for as far as you could see, no building was over 2 or 3 stories.
Oh, gotcha.
Kind of,
right.
It was kind of flatland. You're like
so it's probably out like towards the west end of town.
Yeah, it's either I was thinking like Holden.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I can actually look it up on my email, but yeah, I remember I walked into this mart, and as I was walking in, I was like, oh my God, I could definitely die. Like the people out front and the people inside were definitely looking at me like, he's not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's like it's a town that's it's not a huge town. There's I don't know, was there like 400,000 people or 300,000?
I don't recall. I just know the last 2 years they've had record high homicide rates in that town.
But it's like
wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Both per capita and personal records.
I know I walked into a gas station one night and the first thing the lady says is, if you fuck up that bathroom, I'm going to stab you.
Yeah.
Not like
she was working there.
Yeah, she was the clerk, and I'm like, I was drunk, so
in fairness, it was a kangaroo. You got to expect that in a kangaroo.
Yeah. I didn't fuck up the bathroom up, but
not that night.
No, I was tempted to see if she would pull a knife, but I felt like she wasn't fucking around.
What if she pulled a gun? You're like, hey, you said a knife.
You said knife, so I'm gonna have to write you up for that.
Yeah,
I'm a secret shopper.
I'm from corporate. Where's your knife?
Let me have your knife because
Greensboro's a great place to be shot and killed. You just like if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah,
that's funny to be known for that.
Yeah, like murder tourism, that would be a high place to go.
It's also the home of the Woolworth sit-in.
Yeah,
with
Civil Rights Museum.
Civil rights, big civil rights. Act happened there, and so
it's a weird fucking place.
Yeah, it's really.
Is it Greensboro, Boro?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also a Greenville, North Carolina.
No.
Which is weird.
Yeah, I mean,
which also has spots like that.
Yeah, Greenville's a little different though. That's where that's BMX and motocross central now. All those guys moved there for some reason. Like all the professional people. Yeah, all the best.
Not to the murder capital, but to Greenville.
Greenville,
yeah, where the
Eastern Carolina University.
Less murder, more college students. So
I don't know what it is about that area, but something about the soil or something out there is conducive to that. I don't know. I've never. I gave up that dream.
I'll be honest with you. I was just sitting here learning from you.
Yeah, it's.
I didn't know about the soil in Greenville.
It's more sandy soil.
Yeah.
It's a combination. Also, if you want to look at the pH levels,
yeah. What kind of litmus we looking at here?
Well, it's strange because if you want to put.
This is a perfect fucking oral presentation. You need to get Wood on that.
I do.
Yeah.
We're actually talking to him tomorrow.
Man, how fucking are you really?
Yeah,
God.
We love Wood, man.
I fucking love Wood so much.
He's great, man. I'm glad he agreed to do it, man. He's been trying to get him on for a while, but we were like didn't want to push it either at the same time.
It's like when he's ready, he'll be.
Yeah.
He's such a sweet guy. And I feel like he's so much less intimidating than people think he is.
He's so nice and god damn, he's funny. Like his stand-up, he's got a closer that's so fucking strong.
Yeah.
Like I'm still laughing about like the other day I was just driving in the car and I started laughing about it. It's about lightning.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
And dude, that bit, I mean, like there's still people talking about that. The Philly court.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You guys call it, well, speaking of lightning in a bottle, I mean, Jesus Christ. It should be shown in every film school.
I mean, how great did he act in that? Isn't it incredible?
It is, man. And just the little touches, the little physical things that he does.
Did you tell him to do the neck crack?
No. I don't tell anybody to do anything like that. Like, I'm just like, hey, just here's the basic lines and here's the premise. Just do whatever you want within that, and we're good.
Well, I know Kyla. We had her on, and dude, well, first of all, she's the best, man. But
yeah, she's fun.
She's
so goddamn charming.
Yeah,
like
she was talking about how she was so nervous, and like doing
really?
the Uncle Daycare, yeah, and she talked about how you like talked her through it and got her through it and everything. I was like, no, she killed it, man.
Well, she was like, we kind of like set that up so that she would be like super comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to search this anywhere, but I can't find it exactly. But I was in Greensboro.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of shitty parts in that film, so
we've moved on. I don't know why I kept fucking
no.
I was still looking.
If you ever have to go back to Greensboro, please call us so we can like come be with you and not make sure you don't get shot.
Greensboro.
Thank God. Please don't ever go.
Don't go back to Greensboro.
But no, with Kyla, she was like, Kyla's so, it's weird. Like, I feel like the people that I'm drawn to the most are like really naturally funny people who have a very natural affect that's interesting. Which is why I really like Wood. I really like Shaner. Obviously I love Butterly and Gerben and Rainey. And like, these are all people that have such like a naturally funny affect to them, but they're not like traditional actors.
Yeah.
So a lot of these people will like, when they get on set, they get nervous that they have to like act. And then like the first 2 or 3 takes, they're like trying to act. And that like, it sucks for them. It sucks for like they're not having fun. So once you like kind of set it up where it's like, no, like Kyla, you just do whatever you want. But also Kyla's a very good actress.
Yes. Like
people like we shot a couple sketches with her for this batch that are coming out. She's in like 3 or 4 more. And she's like, she plays a mom in one and she's so good. Like it's such believable good acting that it's like, it's nuts. But, for her with Uncle Daycare, I think there was definitely like a level that anybody would feel of intimidation because like Butterly's there, Rainey's there, Shane's there, Foley's there, Tommy's there, and they're all riffing. And they're all like riffing like nonstop, at like such a high level that it's like hopscotch at a speed that you can't see the rope. You know what I mean? So if you try to jump in, it's going to cut your fucking head off.
Yeah.
So you're just like, you don't even want to try. So like, I get why maybe that felt intimidating to her. But then when the camera was on her, she was so fucking funny. And she also did like two of my favorite things in the whole thing. Like when she says, "Shut up, just shut up alone." And when she was at the window.
Yes.
I was just like, man, that is like, you can't really teach someone to deliver that way. They either have it or they don't. And we didn't know if she had it. Like we just like set up the camera, we started rolling, and we're like, hopefully this works out. And then she like nailed it. Every take she nailed it. I think we only did 3 takes and she nailed it.
So fucking good.
Well, I think that is a credit to you too, though, because like you give this again, like the elements of like drama or horror inside these comments, like things that are you know, there are atypical, like they're your style, they're original. There's an originality to it, and it gives the everybody a chance to showcase like their talent too. And it's like it's just very again, that's why I think, like we were talking earlier, this is what stands out. This is, you see an authenticity, you see originality in what you guys are doing, what you're doing, and people want that, man. They really do. They're tired of the same shit. Like celebrity culture, I know there's still a certain level of that, but it's sort of like changed over the last year. Really,
it's fucking repulsive.
Like it's I mean,
the Imagine video did it. Thank fucking Christ.
Yeah, dude, Brad Pitt did a fucking table read of Fast Times at Ridgemont High and nobody watched it.
Yeah. It's
like the biggest movie star in the world. No one gives a fuck about these people.
No. I was, I looked at, there was somebody that this TikTok star or something that was in a feud with somebody. I had no idea this person existed.
What the fuck is TikTok?
Apparently, whoever it is, they had 2 million.
It's a teenager Instagram.
Yeah. They had 2 million followers, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, these people now are probably more relevant than, than George Clooney. And George Clooney 3 years ago was like, that would be the name to drop as a Hollywood star, like
Well,
like, but it's funny too because like the money is leveled up too. Like a lot of these people, like I don't think people understand how much fucking money these people make. Like just look how many fitness girls there are on Instagram.
Yeah,
and I do.
Oh yeah, I mean all you gotta do, you gotta like maybe 4, not like, you just have to look at it.
Right.
4 butt pictures a week, and for a month your Instagram suggestions are like nothing but butt pics.
Yeah.
And all of those girls, they all kind of wear the same Gymshark outfits. It's been like commonplace for a while, and they're all kind of promoting the same products, the same lifestyle, the same thing. And they're not like crushing it, but some of these people have like 10 million followers and they're just doing squats on Instagram.
Yeah.
And, they're probably making more money than whatever wide receiver they're fucking that weekend.
Yeah,
true.
Or at least they have more of their money than that wide receiver does.
Right. And their ACLs are just fine.
And they're going to make more.
Yeah. I don't know, though. That's a lot. They got a lot of.
Yeah, there's a lot to hold.
If there was anything below their knees, if it was just like fucking robot legs, I probably wouldn't notice. It's like, all right.
It's funny, too, because there's like porn out there where you can see like the full everything. And they're making way more than those girls are.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, that's definitely wish fulfillment on a visceral level for me, because the gym I work out in, if there's a lady that comes in there, it's usually an old lady.
Hell yeah.
40% of the time they fart on me while I'm in there. So, yeah, dude, I get old lady farted on a lot.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm trying to bench press, and like Sarah Lynn comes by and just crop dusts me.
Hell yeah.
So it's a lot to do when you got
40 can be. 40's not out of the hot woods yet.
Nah.
No, I'm talking about like Sarah Lynn's like maybe 76.
Yeah,
she's real old. Yeah,
that was good stuff.
Yeah,
that's geezer. That's geezer age.
But yeah, what John was talking about with your signature, man, there is a signature to the McKeever verse that you can't get anywhere else.
Well, thank you. I hope so. I hope
dude, it fucking comes through in every sketch, as different as they are. It's fucking amazing, dude. I fucking love it. And we're talking to Foley last night. We went and saw AYG live in Raleigh.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he, like, I was like, hey, dude, you fucking Uncle Hank, just trying to talk to him. He's like, man, that's all McKeever. He wouldn't take any of the credit for it. He threw it all at you. So,
No, for Uncle Hank? That's what, I mean, that's his character. I mean, like, but the thing is, what I like about all those people and everybody that I work with is like, everyone is collaborative. And I like being collaborative with all these people. And like, even the DP that shoots all this stuff, this guy, Chris Newhart, who I've worked with he shot the Delco pilot with me. He shot a bunch of sketches with me. Like, this dude has been like by my side. He shot the fireman sketch. Like, he's been the camera guy that I've used forever. And him and I have such a shorthand with each other. Like, I don't really have to say too much. He kind of knows what I'm thinking. And it's really hard to find a good DP, but he's like an incredible one. And he also understands what I like. But the thing is, like, he is so good that he almost never gets any credit, because the stuff will look amazing. Like, Sleep Cop looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And like, I definitely, like, we walked through like how we were going to frame it, how we were going to shoot it, like what we wanted the set to look like. Because that was someone's house, and we had to we brought in everything. It was all fake food. It was all like fake wine and all that stuff. Like, everything was brought in. So like, as they're setting that up and as they're setting up the lights, like, Chris is the guy going, put like a couple of quasar lights behind this cabinet up top, duck them back, and it'll send some like weird light here, put a blue light under. Like, when Shane's at the kitchen, when he's at the fridge, and then he goes over to eat a pickle, there's like a blue light that Chris put behind there. And it's just like a simple one, but it's like, he's also working with James, the gaffer, who is lighting it that way. And James is incredibly talented. So like, these people are all working in unison. It's all collaboration. And like, without one, the dominoes start to fall a little bit. So like, and that's why everything we shoot, I bring these guys everywhere. Like, and really, like, it doesn't, sometimes James is there, sometimes another gaffer is there, but like, Chris is always there. And, Tommy, Shane, Butterly, Rainey, Foley, Gerben, like, these guys are in some variety. They're always there, because without them, it's not, I don't know, like, it doesn't feel the same, Yeah. I mean, like, I've made some stuff without them that I love, and like, I enjoy, but like, I don't know. I feel like we've all worked together for a long time to build like a tone, and I don't know. I'm just happy with where it's at now.
Well, dude, I mean, honestly, like, there's an excitement about everything that you guys are doing. And I mean, again, it's not blowing smoke. There really is. And it's, I'm really super happy to see it, because it's original. And I mean, being such a fan of you guys, it's just great to see it, just getting, raising the game. And
I had a weird technical question about Sleep Cop real quick.
Yeah, sure.
The lighting and the way you guys did the setup and the shots in that reminded me of a couple different movies, both of them about cops at night in a house. And I don't know if this was intentional, but it was so fucking beautifully done. The Kurt Russell Unlawful Entry, again, it was Ray Liotta. And what was that one with Sam Jackson, Protect and Serve, where he was the next door neighbor cop? That was actually based on a real story.
Turner and Hooch.
Yes. But like, both, like, the lighting and the way that everything was, it reminded me so much of how those like night shots of those movie like kitchen scenes were done. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, just translated just beautifully. I was like, this is fucking brilliant, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's like a lot of it's like, it's everything. It's the set dressers, it's the lighting. Like the guy that does our gaffing is just like so out of this world. And like, Chris also knows a lot of these guys, and he puts together these teams that like know how he shoots. They know how to kind of get the set figured out, so that like once we shoot, like nothing has to be moved or changed. But they took, for Sleep Cop, we were there for 4 hours before we shot a single take, just because they had to set up the room, they had to set up all the lights, and they had to get everything going. And but I don't know if, I mean, maybe James or Chris had seen one of those movies, and maybe that there's some inspiration there, but like, I don't know. We're all kind of working in unison to be like, even like wardrobe, like we pick out the wardrobe ahead of time. So like everybody's dressed specifically. Like nothing is like on accident. So that like the tone and the warmth, like I really wanted it to feel like warm and inviting. And like that first, I want them to all feel like friends. I wanted it to feel like.
I've been at that dinner party before, like that sort of, you know, like
no one invites you to dinner parties.
Well, I've looked outside. I was outside.
You were outside looking in. You saw that you were there.
Yeah, but I've through my binoculars, I've been to a couple dinner parties.
You can feel that like early or that sort of wine buzz that you have, and everybody's sort of like, you know, chatty and it's really
and we wanted that feel of like we wanted it to be warm, and like even like everyone's like clothing, it's like we picked earth tones, like even little things like that where it's like get everybody, like the lighting was a certain way, so it's like if it feels warm, it feels cozy, it feels like you could turn this on and be like, I wish I was there, and I wish I was like cozied up there with a drink. So then when he comes down and mayhem breaks loose, it really is, it's really worse, you know, because if it was a cold environment before that happened, it wouldn't be that jarring. Right. But for him to do that in a comfortable setting was
right. Yeah, you're taking people out of that. And
you reminded me so much of someone I used to work with, and he's one of my best friends
in that
sketch that like it was almost like he was there.
Like, oh really?
Like he's like no, especially when pussies his safety on. I was like, oh wait, no, it's off.
Yeah,
like that was him to a T. That John knows him.
Yeah,
very well. It's just I was like, oh god,
I got it.
Perfect.
That was a fun one. We had fun doing that.
And fucking O'Connor, Jesus Christ,
dude, I felt so bad for him. So I thought we figured out this piss gag ahead of time, and I'm like, oh, it's just going to be colored water. And the prop girl is like, we don't use that. We use apple juice. And I was like, apple juice. And we dumped 2 gallons slowly on O'Connor. 2 gallons of cold apple juice at, I would say, 5 a.m. because we had to shoot at night. So we shot all through the night. No, I'm sorry. 1 a.m, 2 a.m. But we pissed on him for 45 minutes, and it was apple juice, and it was also like so sugary, so it was like getting sticky quickly.
Yeah,
it also stings the eyes.
Oh, it was all over his face, it was on his hair, it was on all of his clothes, and they forgot to put mats down. And it was a rented house, and it was hardwood floors. Yikes. So it was just 2 gallons of apple juice on hardwood floor. It was just, as we were doing it, I was like, what? And I had to operate the gag off screen. So we ran the piss thing underneath a dildo. Actually, I might be able to show you on my computer. But we ran, so like Shane had a fake dildo that he like flopped out of his pants. But we ran the piss gag attached to the dildo, and he held it just off frame. So like it would be like here, and like angled it up. And as he was angling it, I was pushing a plunger down, and the plunger was running the stream up. But we had to but then like Chris, the DP, is like trying to get it from an angle so that we also had to time it so his gun drops and the piss starts at the same time. And so for the gun to drop and the piss to start at the same time, you have to like start the pump 3 seconds before. So it's like, I don't know, it's a dance. But Shane he's just so fucking incredible.
Yeah, I mean the versatile, like he's so versatile, and I think it's great that people are also getting a chance to see that too. Like, none of those characters are the same at all. You know what I mean? Like the Bob Ice is to this, like none of these guys are the same guy. And
no,
it's just great, man.
But they're in the same world, which is cool. Like, it's weird how like he worked really really hard, and especially he did to like make sure that here, I think I can show this to you without giving away.
Is it the wig? Because that needs to be in a museum.
Oh no, here it is. I can share my screen, right?
Yeah, you should be able to.
I just try to hide some stuff because I don't think I'm supposed to.
Well, it's all audio anyway when we release this one, so we're good. We haven't gone video yet.
Oh, sick. All right, so I can show you guys. Oh, share my fucking screen. All right. Host disabled.
Oh,
What?
let me see.
What have you done, John?
Hold on.
What have you
God
done?
damn it, John.
God
I'm
damn
hanging
it.
up. I'm hanging up in 3.
We've lost him. We've lost him. Why did you do this?
I'm sorry, guys. Hold on.
Dude, I think I got fucking dry socket.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit.
Oh, yeah. How did
Dude, how the fuck are you that much of a man to do an AMA when you have your fucking teeth cut out?
Well, I was on very heavy duty prescription drugs.
Still, dude, I've had my wisdom teeth taken out, and there's no way in hell I had been like, yeah, fuck, ask me anything.
Oh no, I was
to the best of my memory.
I kind of came to a little bit later, and I was like, what the fuck was I thinking putting that on? That could have been really bad.
Well, I was going to ask you something like funny. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to contribute to this because I don't want anybody to pile on. Let's just not.
Yeah,
I can talk to him anytime I want. Let's not do that.
Yeah. You have open access.
Yeah, just let's not aid this.
You know what? Whatever. I'll send this to you guys later. But
I'm a dickhead. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Thank God you admitted it.
I thought I had it open. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I'll just show it to you. It's really. I'm actually gonna put in the outtakes for the next one. So,
I think that's something else. It should be open, but general. Okay, hold on. It might be here. Nope.
Dude, don't worry about it.
I'm sorry.
Dude, I don't care.
I'm setting it for next time. Let me ask you a real hack question real quick.
Here it comes.
Whenever you, like you're doing, you're preparing, I know that some like directors will watch a certain show or movie or whatever. Do you have like a go-to, or do you have something like each time that you're like, I want to watch this, or I want to like, read, or is there, you're like a switch?
Faces of Death.
Anything like that you go to like, I don't know, for
that's a good thing. That's a good question. I think like it's weird. Like lately I've been trying to, like, I feel like whenever we write a sketch, I'm like, it has to be shot this way because it would make sense this way. But then like I think it through, I'm like, that wouldn't be that funny. Like so I kind of always have to go back to like, what would I want to watch, and like what would I think is funny.
Yeah.
So like a lot of times, like I try to watch stuff that like it puts me in like a good mood, like before we go shoot something, just so I kind of, I don't know. So I'm aware of what is like what makes people like happy, what people think funny. Because I think now, especially more than ever, like people make comedy that looks like drama, and it comes off real like dark, and like the comedy doesn't shine through that much.
Yeah.
But I watch a lot of like British shit. I watch a ton of like I watch a show Catastrophe all the time. I still rewatch it all the time. Like Fleabag. Have you ever seen Catastrophe?
Yeah, I heard it's fucking great.
No, Fleabag I did watch. Yeah, Fleabag's
awesome.
Fleabag is probably Fleabag. I love. Catastrophe is my favorite show of all time. Fleabag might be number 2.
That was with Rob, right? With Catastrophe.
Yeah, Rob Delaney. Yeah.
God damn, he's funny.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know the show. Yeah.
It's so like the thing about it is like it's so well done, and like they understand how like to shoot comedy. Like comedy shouldn't really be that pretty. Like it should, like once you start getting real high-end production value with comedy, it stops being like funny. It starts being like, oh, what am I watching here? It starts like, like we did a couple sketches this batch that like we used like real nice setups, but they were because the setting was, it's hard to explain without giving it away, but one of the shoots required like a multi-camera, like how like what a like a I can't say it without giving it away.
That's all right.
We tried to make it look like a certain show.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So we had to kind of mimic the way they would do that show. So we had to use like kind of very high-end styles to do that, and like big long jib shots and stuff like that. And
okay.
Like I think we did like a 20-foot jib shot for it.
Shit.
But like, which we're not going to use. I just watched it. I'm like, I'm not using that shot. But Totally. But yeah, I try to just watch stuff that's funny, like genuinely funny, and not stuff that people are like, this is funny. Because there's so much shit now, people are like, this is funny, and I watch it, and I'm like, I don't know what's funny about that. Like, nothing about that makes me remotely happy. It's like weird. And like, I feel like and like, all power to them, but I feel like there's this weird new wave of like comedy that's like very, I don't want to say rip-offs because I don't mean to disparage anybody, but like, it seems like the Tim and Eric thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it seems almost like copy and pasting instead of just like being influenced by them. It seems like they're, like the bad editing, and like, how they did like bad Photoshop, and their editing would be like, especially with Steve Brule, it would cut off halfway through the edit.
Yeah.
Like stuff that was like Tim and Eric were geniuses, and like they were really, really funny, and they informed a lot of people's style. But some people just essentially copy and pasted that style, and that's like become their style, which is, I don't know. It's not funny to me as much as it's just like, oh, I just like the joke can't be that it's weird.
Yeah, I agree. This whole anti-comedy, like,
well, yeah, there's like a meme, like a meme comedy kind of thing that's I'm seeing, and I'm with you. I like my comedy to be funny.
It's kind of like I can write one right now where it's like, I don't want to work with this pogo stick anymore, and then like it's like someone in an office with a bunch of pogo sticks that they work with, and then they go to a room and all these pogo sticks fall out, and you're just like, that's not a real thing, I just made that up, but like, it's like that kind of absurd.
You just sold that to Adult Swim, by the way.
But it's that kind of absurd stuff that I'm like, I dug that kind of stuff definitely when I was younger, and like that kind of informs your absurdity. Like, everybody needs that, and like I watched Adult Swim all the time when I was younger, but like, I felt like at least that stuff was innovative then. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, I sound like an old man because it's like, in my day, Adult Swim was, Meat Wad and Shake, but but like now it seems like at least none of those shows back to back seem the same at all. Whereas so many times now, not just Adult Swim, I'm not picking on Adult Swim.
Oh no, that was me.
Anywhere, it's just like anywhere, it's just like, oh, I mean, I'll definitely say it about Comedy Central. Comedy Central every show looks exactly the same. Every show looks like a copy and paste of the show before.
It's so much garbage.
It's rough.
It's really bad.
Yeah, I say that freely. Comedy Central, come at me, bro. I don't know why
I've said it before. I don't think Comedy Central is. And I think the same thing about SNL. It's like, I think SNL has actually gotten good since Trump is out of office. Not gotten good, but there have been a couple sketches where I'm like, whoa, that's a funny sketch. Because I don't think they're as worried about being hung up on the political stuff anymore. But with Comedy Central and SNL, like, I always thought, like, these aren't bad institutions. These are like institutions I love and I cared about so much when I was younger, and still do. I just think they both have the same sickness right now, and like, doesn't have to be terminal.
No.
And I think in SNL's case, like, they've done some really good work in the past few months. Comedy Central, I think it's getting close to terminal, or it's going to be like they're going to live on a machine the rest of their life or something, and that machine's going to be pumping them full of The Office.
That's it.
Which is, to me, it's like, I wish there was a meme where it's like a dead body, and it's Comedy Central. The person giving them CPR is The Office. Because that's all they do anymore.
Super accurate.
They syndicate very popular shows to keep advertisers so that they can keep making IP that's wholly unwatchable.
Yes.
I mean, Comedy Central's content is terrible. Like, Adult Swim's content is not. It's like some of the stuff that Adult Swim puts out. I'm just rambling at this point. Yeah. But or HBO Max, they have a show called Three Busy Debras, which is like a crazy fucking show. But if I was 25, I'd be like, this is the best show I've ever seen in my life.
We got to go through that.
It's nuts. And it's like it's so absurdist, it's surrealist, and like, it's really well done. And it's funny. It's fun. And it's like three women that are like the stars of it, Three Debras. And they're just like, they're unique and it's interesting. Whereas like Comedy Central wouldn't even make that show because it doesn't look exactly like another show on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Every show on Comedy Central shot the same way. They use the same fonts. They use the same lighting. They do all the same tricks. Everything's almost shot in the same lens. It's just horrible garbage.
Homogenized garbage.
It's really bad. It's so bad. Shameful, to be honest.
It is, and that you know, I have a lot of good memories watching, you know,
dude, like Comedy Central is where
memories.
Yeah. I saw the young ones on Comedy Central as a kid. I don't know if you ever saw the young ones. It's fucking absurd, mean, stupid, funny, all this great British shit that, you know, to this day I can still laugh at myself if I say it's Harry the Boston, which means nothing to anyone else, but I still laugh my ass off.
But that's important, and that's also like that's what Comedy Central was like. The well that you went to get comedy that you've never seen before. It was like, I mean, think how many they probably 15, 20 years ago, and like in that space of like 10, 15 years, they inspired so many of the popular shows you see now. Like so many of those shows influenced young creators that like, and young stand-ups. I mean, they did so much for stand-ups and they did so much for me. I mean, I loved Comedy Central. I loved Comedy Central up to like recently. Even after Delco, I wasn't like, fuck Comedy Central, because like they gave me a shot and it was great. But like the path they took like a few years later was just so
like
absurd.
This thing to cut out all live program or any
humans.
Non-animated
program. If it wasn't filmed at least 10 years ago, there's no human on that.
And they backtracked that. No, there's a show on now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't seen it. I don't care.
What show?
I'm not sure what it's called. It's some lady and she hugs celebrities or something. That's really the gist of it.
Was it your mom?
No, she like spoons. I don't know who she is, honestly.
Okay.
Oh. I think I might. Yeah.
I don't know what it, and I don't know if the show's good or not, but the presentation, the commercials, man, not good.
And, you know, and the thing is, I don't like to see. The thing is, I shouldn't ever talk bad about anyone's comedy because like it puts an arrow on your back, and like no one's perfect, and like we all make mistakes, and I have made plenty of bombs, and like it's very common. And it's really not the creator. But here's what I can say about Comedy Central. Comedy Central seems to be like, and this is what Adult Swim was. Adult Swim was a place where like artists could like display their art, right? And they'd be like, here's this art that I made. And Adult Swim was just like, well, we're a gallery. And Comedy Central was a gallery for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And they were like, we wouldn't make this art, but we're a gallery. We don't get to tell the artists exactly what to make. I'm sure they had notes. But Comedy Central has become a place where they tell the artist what art to make. So they hire artists and they go, paint us a tree. And the artist is like, well, why don't I paint lakes? And they're like, cool, paint us a tree. And it has to be about Donald Trump. So it's like, but it's true. And like, then you watch these shows that are like, they're curated by like, what seems to be failed creatives at Comedy Central, and creatives that, in my opinion, are people that have kind of insulated themselves from criticism by saying the stuff that they make is too smart for people to get it. That's always something I've noticed is like people who fail. It happens with like alt-writers too. They'll be like, oh, what are you, too sensitive? It's like, no, you just suck.
Right.
Like, I'm not sensitive. You're just not funny. Like, just because you're kind of tap dancing around the N-word doesn't mean I'm sensitive.
Yeah,
but
it's only in the front room.
It's like, but it's the same thing with like some creatives that are like, my comedy is so smart that you're too dumb to get it. It's like, I don't know. I feel like that's a way of you saying that you're acting like your vintage of comedy is so rare that it should be for the only the upper echelon. It's like, you're basically telling you can't make a lot of people laugh, and that's a failure.
That totally is, yeah. Yeah, it's true. Like, yeah, you mentioned I think a lot of people use that excuse, to be extreme or to be.
It's a little bit of sour grapes if you really look at it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
I mean, but that whole I'm controversial or whatever, that excuse where it's like, dude, you got to be funny first. That's first and foremost, and
because it's not hard to be controversial.
It's so easy.
Very,
it's very easy.
Very easy.
We've been controversial, but not funny most of the life of this podcast. So
yeah.
We feel
you guys are very likable and charming, and you are funny. So it's like, I don't know. There's something about like, even like Butterly and Rainey too. It's like they say shit would get them fired from any TV show all the time, but they're sweet, genuine guys who are like kind of towing the line a lot, and like they're having a good time and they mean well. But like some of these guys, like, I mean, I wouldn't name names, but like I know dudes that like they'll just say stuff, and I'm like, you're saying that because people will be like, don't say that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if that's your hill you want to die on, that's fine. But that makes you a politician. It doesn't make you a comedian.
Yeah,
it makes you a fucking, I don't know, a filibusterer or whatever the fuck the word is.
No, that's perfectly stated. I mean, if you don't have like the spirit of jocularity behind what you're doing, you're saying you're there to help people and make us laugh and bring us together, then what the fuck? I mean, that's not it.
That's the perfect way to articulate it. The spirit of jocularity behind it. Yes, that's it. We're just trying to have fun.
Yeah,
that's the thing about all these sketches we're making. It's like, it's so fucking hard to make these sketches because I don't mean to like whine, but like any sketch we make with Shane, people are like going to put a target on it and be like, is it racist? So then you have this is truly the worst part about all this. It's been a dream, but the worst part has been little people here and there going like, this is racist because of this.
Yeah.
Or like, Shane's an anti-Asian, whatever. And then on the other side, you have like crazy extreme alt-righters who want Shane to be
the spokesman
that these people are claiming he is. So then those people will be like, this sketch sucks. Stop trying to pander to the left. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like,
or you tell them, Shane, brother, we'll have you in our militia anytime.
Yeah. And it's like, it's like, dude, everybody in that militia, we made the people in that militia. All right, so if the Daily Show made a sketch about people in the militia, what would it be? They're all mentally retarded.
Mm-hmm.
For lack of, I don't like saying that word, but they would all be handicapped in some way.
I'll say fucktarded. How about that? And then
sure,
that way it takes the heat off you.
They would not be funny. They would be mean. They would be evil. They would be unlikable. So it's like, that's not fun to watch. Why not make all these guys likable goofballs?
Yeah.
That are like misguided, and then a gang shows up who also has been affected by the same male ego shit that these guys are affected by, and they come together, and who interrupts them? Two guys in another camp of male ego. Like, it's three gangs. The sketch is about three gangs.
It's the perfect ending. By the way, when that happened, and I will never give away the ending, I don't care how many times people watch it, I laughed so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, I disturbed people with how hard I was laughing.
Good.
It was just and it had to be those two.
Yeah.
Had to be those two.
Yeah.
It's like,
the second I wrote it, I was like, that's Ryan Shane.
I was going to ask, do you know, like, right then that, like, this is the person for this? Or do you
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. We knew it was Gerben.
Yeah.
It was Shaner.
Those outtakes, by the way, man.
Oh,
my
dude.
God.
Gerben's in the next one. Gerben's in the next. He's in a lot of them. He's I think he's in the rest of them.
So good, man.
He's not in a couple of them, but oh my God, he's in one that I think is going to come out in 2 weeks. He's so good in it. The one that's coming out this coming week, he's great in it, but he's in a really small role. But oh man, he's so fucking funny.
Each of those takes, like, I mean, essentially he's saying sort of the same thing, but like each thing was so funny on its own. Like each way that he said it was like, Yeah, so good, man.
And it was just nice giving him we tried to give him oversized military gear,
Yeah.
just so he looked kind of like a dipshit, you know.
No, the wardrobe department deserves a fucking Emmy, Oscar, whatever for that.
Yeah.
Just alone for that. The way you guys had Kyla dressed, Jesus Christ! I've seen that woman without seeing that woman so many fucking times here.
Yeah, I see her every day.
I saw her 3 times at Walmart today.
Yeah, every day.
That was a fun one. That was one of the more fun.
So
more fun sketches we did.
So you guys you're doing a season 2, and then is there an ultimate plan for all? I mean, I do you know what
our plan is? We're gonna make we're releasing in total 13.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 4 out. There's 9 more left, and then we're stopping.
Nice.
And then we're stopping for 4 months. But I think we might stop for 4 months to start writing again. So that might even be longer before we start releasing them. But maybe the release is such a quick turnaround. We shot Militia. We shot Sleep Cop a week before we released it.
Oh wow,
Jesus!
We shot Militia 2 weeks ago. So we just shot them, and we're still shooting. Wow. The other 4 we haven't shot yet. So we shoot them this weekend, and then I have to turn one of them around almost immediately. But then we're going to take a long break and then just kind of decide all right, who are the right advertisers to go after for season 2? How can we leverage that? And then, if somebody else comes along in the meantime that it's an attractive offer, then we would definitely look at. I mean, who wouldn't look at it? But at this point, we're in such a neat position that the production company that chose to invest in us really believes in us. They don't give us any notes.
Wow.
They don't give us any
smart on their part.
Very smart.
It's crazy. They'll just be we'll send them a script and great. See you on set.
That's amazing.
And then we shoot, and then they're this is really great. And they stay with us. They laugh. They they're such good dudes and girls. I mean, the team is so fucking. It's so sick. The team we have is so everybody fucking rules. It's all boys and chicks. It's all and he's and theys and them. It's all walks that are fucking awesome people. They're all down for a joke, because we've made some crazy fucking jokes in this season, and we made crazy jokes in the Militia that didn't get put out, but they've all been down to fuck with that. They've all been all right, if you get just make sure it's funny. And I feel that's a good rule. It's you can say whatever you want if it's fun, and you're not mean.
Yeah.
And that's what I really think people will realize about Shane, is that he's a genuinely sweet person. He's incredibly smart. He's incredibly funny. And he just wants people to have a good time. It's all he wants. He just wants people to enjoy themselves.
Well, we've got to talk to Shane a little bit. Actually, we had an interview that fucking our hard drive.
John smashed the computer with a hammer.
No, immediately before I got to transfer it over. But anyway, we talked to Shane. That's the thing, man. You had mentioned it before, how nice and how he's an intelligent guy. He's well thought out. I
think he got 1580 on his SATs.
It's not surprising.
I mean, 1600.
Yeah, it's not surprising at all. Yeah. Just talking with him, kind of getting to know him a little bit.
Yeah,
not a bit surprising.
He's brilliant,
and he definitely, those people that try to put anybody in a box, they have no idea.
Well, yeah, I mean, and if you're going to cast somebody as a heel, there's so many better candidates.
Well, real life,
than Shane Gillis. I mean, he's nowhere in that fucking neighborhood. He wants you to have a good time. He wants everybody to have a good fucking time.
He is truly he is from the beginning. When we first started this, I remember the production company was because really nobody would touch Shane because of all the bullshit, and Shane was very well aware of that, and he wasn't trying to. He was whatever, we'll just figure it out. Sorry, I'm trying to close this shit out before my fucking computer explodes. But this company that wanted to work with us, they had members of their team that never met Shane, but all they knew of Shane was what they saw on the news. And I was like, you know, somebody brought it up to me and I was like, not only do I understand and respect that, but Shane understands and respects that. And Shane, if I tell him this, the first thing he's going to want to do is meet them. And he did. He was like, I want to meet them. And they got to know him and they were like, oh my God, how could anybody not like this guy?
Yeah.
It's like, they're like, it's crazy. Like there are people now that would kill for him because they're like, he's a sweet dude who cares. And he like, I mean, you should see the guy on set. I mean, I know he's like the young bull and he is a gentle giant. Like he's constantly like, is that everything okay? Is that okay? You guys great? So funny, so sweet. And I'm very excited for people to see the other sketches because I think he's going to really impress some people.
I can't wait. I know I can't wait. I know I speak for tons of other people, and
I seriously think we talk about you guys every episode, no matter who the guest is, no matter what we're doing.
But yeah, I'm super excited, super happy for you guys, man. It's really fun.
I hope you get all the YouTube money.
Yeah, just take all the money.
Like all the shit that Joe Rogan left behind. I hope you motherfuckers get it.
And I don't even know what it looks like in the future. I don't know, like it's kind of like the Wild West. Like I don't know how people are making their revenue because like the traditional TV show route, it doesn't pay that well.
It's
you're kind of a slave to a network, so you never really make the thing that you'd want to make in the first place. And if we wanted to make this stuff, we'd have to make it on our own. So then we kind of be dependent upon advertisers and maybe subscriptions, but like, I don't know. Me and Shane don't like that. Me and Shane don't like the idea of people having to pay money to see it. Like we don't want the viewer to pay money. We want Snickers to pay the money.
Yeah.
You know,
but keep in mind, they will pay the money. We will, as your audience, pay the money.
And I can't tell you how many like supportive people like reach out that are like, even before this, like they have been like, hey man, if you ever start your own Patreon, I'll support it. And I've been like so lucky to have a small amount of fans like that have come from like the stuff that I've made. But like in my head, I'm like, I like making shit for you. And just so you know, there are people that will pay me to make it for you so that they can brainwash you with their product. I'm happy for that to happen.
Right. You're eating Snickers anyway. So
whatever your advertisers are selling, odds are I'm already on it.
Exactly. So, I mean, trust me. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hey, it's a win-win.
You better hope they don't get the kale people.
I'll eat fucking kale. Hell yeah. What is that? Some kind of candy or something?
Yeah. Yeah. You love it. You're gonna love it, man. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're gonna love kale.
Yeah.
Kale fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's awful. It's the worst.
You know a secret? I actually don't mind it.
You don't mind kale? Oh,
I really don't. I really don't. If I put it in with other greens, but I don't even know it's there.
Dude, I went to the emergency room the other night because I was constipated. I'm not kidding. I couldn't shit. And I was like, I think this is like an issue. And I was like, I started to freak out. This was like less than a week ago. So when I got my wisdom tooth pulled, they put me on hydrocodone.
There you go. Yeah. Opioid constipation.
So I only had a little bit of it, but then I got dry socket. And I called my brother and I was like, hey, you got any hydrocodone laying around? So I took a couple more, wasn't abusing it, but I was having a good time.
Right.
Anyways, so probably, but in total 4 days. So I think that's like around the safe period, like 3 or 4 days, right?
You're fine. So, if you're on the roller coaster, throw your hands up, you know?
Yeah, right. So I took it for 4 days and like 3 days later, so I hadn't been taking it. And I was like, I don't think I've taken a shit in like 3 days. And that's super abnormal for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll just let it ride, whatever's going on. And then the other night I was editing, and my stomach was like, it was like, do you ever see those like National Geographic
was like
old women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it was like that. And I was like, I've never seen my stomach do that before. I was like, maybe I have to pee. Went downstairs, couldn't pee. I went to pee and nothing would happen. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And there was like all this pressure. And I was like, oh, I have to poop. So I had to poop. Nothing. And it was like, I had to. And it was the craziest feeling I've ever had. I don't want to go into too much detail. But I went back to I closed up, went back to my house. And I was in my bathroom for like 4 hours, nothing, no peeing. And the peeing was getting bad because I was drinking a ton of water.
Ooh.
So then I was just getting this hard stomach.
Yeah.
The pain was unreal. I couldn't even stand up straight.
So you got distended.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've never seen my body. It was contorted. Wow. I've never seen my body do something that I wasn't trying to make it do. So I'm like, all right, let's go to the fucking ER at 2 a.m. Drove to the ER, and they gave me a laxative, but they were like, we might have to fucking catheter you. Here.
Wow.
Ooh, impaction?
It was impaction. And I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to. They gave me this thing, and they were like, give it like an hour. Didn't work. A couple hours later, eventually, like everything got figured out, but took the piss of my life. Took the absolute piss of. Dude, the constipation was nothing compared to the piss. Nothing.
That sounds awful.
Piss was, like but I think it's, so. I looked it up. I think here's what happened. You have nerves, I think, near your prostate.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get like impaction, it puts pressure on the nerves. So that when you go to pee, you like, you know how like if you're peeing somewhere and you got to stop for some reason?
Right.
Pull back. That's what was happening. I was like stopping before I would start.
Well, also
which is like the worst anyway.
Your inner organs are going to like an inflamed prostate will press on your bladder and you can't pee. Same thing happens with anytime your body has swelling internally as a man. So your bladder was kind of cut off.
Oh, dude, that's what it felt like. It felt like there was just no. Yeah. There was nothing happening.
A kink in the garden hose, if you will.
Very scary. It was a good. It was a good. I'll never take hydrocodone ever again.
No.
That's a good.
That's the best goddamn anti-drug commercial I've ever heard in my fucking life. I'm not lying to you.
It is. It's good for the kids.
It was the worst feeling I've ever had. Oof. But I do have to run because I have to take fucking Tylenol.
Dude, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And
as always, you're one of our absolute favorite people.
I love you guys.
I just guess,
but Gillian Keeves, everybody. I mean, I know everybody.
It is the one thing on YouTube I have my bell, my alert bell, and my notifications turned on for. So anytime you drop something, I'm one of the first to know, and I will pump it out like the simp that I am for you guys.
You guys are the best.
So looking forward to everything. And every Tuesday around like 5 o'clock every Tuesday, YouTube, it's gonna be there. So
or if wisdom teeth are out 6, give them a little time. Don't be a dick about it.
Give me a little leverage.
Yeah.
All right, John, well, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it, dude.
All right, thank you guys.
We love you, man. Thank you so much.
Later, boys. Love you too.
All right.